Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genzer. I'm your guys' show host. We just got done talking about Najari Kennedy and the transfer portal and the Oklahoma Sooners transition from the Big 12 to the SEC. We're now going to talk about women's MMA in our last segment of the day. So we have three things to talk about. We're going to talk about 1, Gillian Robertson's potential in the strawweight division, 2, Michelle Waterson-Gomez's retirement, 3, Macy Chiasson's belief she's nearing a title shot. So let's first talk about Gillian Robertson. Okay, so after her dominant decision win over Michelle Waterson-Gomez on the UFC 303 preliminary card at T-Mobile Air Arena, Robertson said the biggest bummer about what her name value could be, her biggest win yet, was that she had to get the inside of her lip stitched. During the post-fight news conference, Robertson said, quote, "Physically, I'm feeling great. I actually got 4 or 5 stitches in my lip. Literally the first thing I said after the fight, I was like, I can't smoke weed tonight. So that was my biggest worry," unquote. Even if she has to deal with the edibles for a few days, perhaps it'll be worth it giving her UFC career is flowering of late. Robertson has won 4 of her past 5 fights, including 3 by stoppage, and 2 of those were for $50,000 bonuses. She'll also be forever linked in this stretch as the woman who sent Waterson-Gomez into retirement, something she said she had a hunch might be coming, and we'll get into that next. So then Robertson also said, quote, "I consider it as a possibility just knowing her age, where she's at in the sport. I assumed that I was probably going to be her retirement fight. It's such a weird sport. We elbow each other in the face 100 times. Then I want to go give her a hug because I see her crying. I respect her so much in her career and all she's done for the sport. She's a vet and she's really made a name for herself with all women in the sport," unquote. Robertson seems to be peaking at just the right time in the women's strawweight division. She said she wants another fight before the year's out, likely in December, and then she figures she might have some big things in store in 2025. She said, quote, "I'm ranked 15, Michelle was 14, so 113. I'm saying yes to anybody who calls. Every single fight, you're going to see me improve as a fighter. I'm evolving every single day, and I think you guys see it every single fight that I'm just really becoming a well-rounded mixed martial artist and becoming a champion," unquote. Looking ahead, Gillian Robertson is primed for an exciting future in the UFC's women's strawweight division. With her recent performances, she's proving to be a force to be reckoned with. Robertson's willingness to fight literally anyone in the top 13 shows her ambition and confidence, and I feel like confidence of which drives most of these MMA fighters a lot. She's not just looking for any fight, she's aiming to climb the rankings quickly and make her name known for herself among the division's elite. What's particularly impressive about Robertson is her continuous improvement. She's been evolving with every fight, becoming more well-rounded and versatile. This kind of progression is crucial in the UFC, where the competition is fierce and fighters need to adapt constantly to stay on top. Her victories by stoppage highlight her finishing ability, which is a significant asset. Fans love fighters who can end bouts decisively, and Robertson is delivering on that front. Robertson's goal to fight again before the year ends, likely in December, indicates her eagerness to stay active and maintain her momentum. Active fighters tend to improve more quickly because they're constantly in fight camps, honing their skills and staying sharp. This approach could see her rapidly ascending the rankings in 2025. In terms of opinions about Robertson, she's earning respect not just for her skills in the octagon, but also for her attitude outside of it, and I do really much admire that about her. Her respectful comments about Waterson-Gomez and her understanding of the emotional aspects of the sport show a depth of character that resonates well with fans. It's this combination of skill, respect, and determination that makes Robertson a compelling fighter to watch. If she continues on this trajectory, it's not far-fetched to see her challenging for the title in the near future. She's got the talent, the mindset, and the drive to become a champion, and her journey is one that many fans will be excited to follow. Now let's move into our second thing, Michelle Waterson-Gomez's retirement. She is one of the most influential figures in women's MMA, and she decided to retire at UFC 303 on Saturday in Las Vegas at 38 years old. She announced her retirement following a unanimous decision loss to Gillian Robertson on, like I said. Waterson-Gomez came to prominence more than a decade ago at a time when women's MMA was still finding its footing. She won a 105-pound atomweight championship in 2013 and went on to a successful career in the UFC at 115 pounds. Known as Karate Hottie, Waterson moved to the UFC in 2015, where she competed as an undersized strawweight. She fought nearly all of the best in her era, including Rose Namajunas, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and Carla Esparza. She appeared at ESPN's Body Issue in 2017 and often spoke of her dream to become a UFC champion for her daughter, who was born shortly into her professional MMA career. Going into Saturday's contest, Waterson-Gomez was the number 13 ranked strawweight in the UFC. In regards to retirement, Waterson-Gomez said, quote, "I wouldn't be the person I am today without the UFC and all you fans continuing to push me. Fighting runs through my veins and it's made me who I am. When you fight, you chase greatness. I've been contemplating this and talked to my husband. What am I if I'm not fighting? He told me just because I'm not fighting the octagon doesn't mean I stop fighting in life, and that helped me move on," unquote. Her retirement symbolizes the challenges and triumphs of competing at the highest level. Despite often being undersized in the strawweight division, Waterson-Gomez's skill, determination, and resilience allowed her to achieve remarkable success. Her battles in the octagon have been a testament to her tenacity and have inspired many fighters, fans, and inspiring fighters. I'm sad because Michelle Waterson-Gomez has been such an integral part of women's MMA, and her presence will be missed. Her journey has been an inspiration, showing us all what is possible with determination, passion. Seeing her retire feels like an end of an era, and while I'm excited to see what she does next, her impact in the octagon will be irreplaceable. From a competitive standpoint, Waterson-Gomez's retirement also impacts the dynamics of the women's strawweight division. She was consistently ranked and often fought against top contenders, contributing to the competitive depth of the division. With her retirement, the division loses a seasoned skilled fighter, potentially opening opportunities for new fighters to rise in the ranks, but also reducing the overall experience and competitiveness at the top. Moreover, Waterson-Gomez's influence on the sport extended to her advocacy for fighters' well-being and her articulate presence in media interactions. Her thoughtful perspectives on the challenges of being a professional fighter, including the balance of personal and professional life, had added a valuable voice to the MMA community. I'm sure that's not going to go away, but her absence might be felt in the discourse around fighting welfare and the broader discussion about the sport's evolution. Now, let's get into our third thing. Macy Chiasson's belief she's nearing a title shot. The Ultimate Fighter 28 winner thinks she's entered title contention following her most recent victory. Chiasson's defeated Bueno Silva by TKO on the main card of Saturday's UFC 303. Now on a 2-fight winning streak, the 32-year-old fighter thinks it's just a matter of winning 1 or 2 more bouts before the UFC comes calling with a championship fight. Chiasson told reporters, quote, "I hope so, and I feel like I am 1 or 2 wins away from a title shot. I feel like I put in the work, and I'm exactly right where I'm supposed to be. Mick Maynard and Dana White have taken great care of me, so whatever they want next from me, I want it," unquote. There have been rumblings that Raquel Pennington will defend her women's bantamweight belt later this year against former champion Juliana Pena. Although it's not official, Chiasson is open to serve as a backup for that fight or take on Kayla Harrison, who's also angling to get a crack at the belt. Chiasson actually took almost 2 years away from the sport back in 2022, and she believes that time off has helped her elevate her game. She's excited to see what the latest version of her will bring to the table. She said, quote, "I needed time off to eat more calories. Making 135 was horrific. I was running 40 miles a week on top of doing camps, and I was just deteriorating. My mental health started slipping, and I wasn't sure if I was going to come back to fighting. There was a moment I thought I was done. That was kind of rock bottom for me, and I think moving through that and working through all the kinks, it's really what has gotten me to where I'm at now," unquote. Chiasson's willingness to jump in as a backup for the potential title fight or take on top contenders like Kayla Harrison shows she's ready to seize any opportunity that comes her way. She's clearly got her eye on the prize and isn't afraid to step up when needed. This kind of attitude is exactly what you want to see in someone aiming for a championship shot. What really stands out about Chiasson's journey is her time away from the sport. Taking almost 2 years off back in 2022 wasn't just a physical break, it was a mental reset. She's open about how brutal making weight was, running 40 miles a week on top of everything else. That's intense. The break allowed her to recover, refocus, and come back stronger. She talks about hitting rock bottom and not being sure if she's returned to fighting. That's some real raw honesty right there, and I really much respect that. But working through those tough times has brought her to where she is now, more determined and better than ever. Chiasson's story of resilience and evolution makes her someone to watch. She's faced the hard times head on and comes out stronger, which is very inspiring. Her belief that she's close to the title shot isn't just talk, it's backed by her hard work and the challenges she's overcome. She's shown she's got what it takes, and it's going to be exciting to see where she goes from here. So that concludes our show for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the GSMCpodcast.net. Brought to you by the GSMC. Did I just say, oh my goodness, how Guys, I'm so sorry. Wow. Thank you guys for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports podcast, brought to you guys by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you guys once again, and have a wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work.